Hey my friends, this is Aldie, and today I want to share with you 5 deadly traps of all poor people. Now, I've been in poverty before. In fact, I grew up in New York City and I lived in basements with roaches and rats. And I've eaten canned food for so many years, lived on welfare, and I've seen how the community have been affected by the 5 things that I'm about to share with you. So please take plenty of notes, understand exactly what I'm saying, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can share more content just like this. So here I go. The first deadly trap of all poor people is comparison. You see, when a poor person compares themselves with someone else who is also poor, they remain poor. There's very few poor and middle class people who compare themselves to rich people. And that's just a fact because they don't surround themselves with rich people. And when they see them on social media, they don't even believe that becoming rich is a possibility. So if someone is in a situation where they compare themselves to someone else who's making just a little bit more money, who has a little bit more status or just a little bit better of a job, then they're really comparing themselves to a very small standard. You have to understand that comparison is the thief of joy. And if you're comparing yourself to someone who hasn't even achieved the kind of success that you want, then you're making the wrong comparison. If you want to become wealthy, study people who are successful, study people who are happy, study people who actually have money, and stop comparing yourself to people who don't even have the kind of goals that you know you're capable of achieving. The second deadly trap of all poor people is circumstances. A lot of people believe that when they're in a certain circumstance, they are a victim of that situation. They believe that the government can bail them out. They believe that certain situations will come into their life, like winning the lottery or receiving a windfall of cash. But what you have to understand is that situations like that rarely happen. If you find yourself stuck in poverty or you find yourself in a middle class, you have to be real with yourself and ask yourself, what can I do to improve my current situation? Because if you change the way you view things, you'll change the way you do things. If you change the way you see yourself, you'll change the way you free yourself. My friends, you have to understand that you are in charge of your situation. You are in charge of your money. You are in charge of where you're going and how you impact the rest of society. So all I'm saying is this. Even if you're wealthy and you find yourself in an unfavorable circumstance, you have to stop playing the victim card. You have to stop saying, oh, poor little me, and do something about your situation. Because if you don't take control of your future, someone else will do it for you. And their plan will never exceed your plan. So make sure to take control of your life, take charge of your future, and do whatever you can in your current circumstance to elevate where you want to be. The third deadly trap of all poor people is conformity. Even among the rich, they find themselves comparing themselves and also living up to the standards of their friends and even sometimes their enemies. But the moment you begin to conform with other people is the moment you stop to perform like the person you can become. So if you find yourself in a situation, stop conforming and start performing to who you want to be. Stop worrying about the expectations of your friends, of your neighbors, and your family, and anyone else, and start focusing on what you can do to overcome those limitations and reach your highest destination. I was personally living in a path of conformity. I was doing exactly what people told me to do. I had a basic job. I was going to college. I was living in my mother's basement, but I felt like I was stuck. I felt like I had to make a change. And what I began to do was I began to read incessantly. I realized my purpose and I learned that I had to make a change. I had to move out of my parents' house and start a business, and I've never looked back since. My friends, if you stop conforming to other people's expectations, you'll start performing to your own level of expectations. The fourth deadly trap of all poor people is criticism. When some people take criticism, they immediately melt. Because when they hear criticism, they don't realize that you're trying to help them. You could be 100% right. They feel like you're trying to hurt them. They feel like the victim. They feel like you're out to get them. And they feel like they're stuck in a cage containing all the criticism that they've heard in the past. But the moment you break free is the moment you'll realize exactly who you need to be. It's the moment you'll realize that you can take criticism and use it as fuel to become better in the future. So whenever someone criticizes you, even if they do it in the most despicable way. Realize that they're only trying to help you. Realize that even if their disgusting attitude comes across as evil, that you can use that as fuel to manufacture the perfect thought and create the perfect life. Remember, critics make you do it better, but haters make you do it faster. So don't be afraid of criticism. Use that criticism to build your empire, to build your future. The fifth deadly trap of all poor people is complacency. You see, once a person feels like they've made it in life, they sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. They seek entertainment more than they seek education. And if you felt like you've fallen into that trap, now it's time to confront your mentality so you can change your reality. Start to seek education instead of avenues of distraction through entertainment. Make sure to understand your complacency and why you've been stagnant. What has stopped you from achieving more? What is holding you back the most? You see, a lot of times people have the fear of success. They know that if they keep on going further, they're going to be better, and other people might be jealous of them. Other people might criticize them, or they themselves might feel like an imposter. But you, my friend, have to confront that reality. You have to realize that you have no time for complacency. You have no time for stagnation. You only have time for personal development. You have to realize that your personal development can only help you to increase your level of income. And once you realize how important it is to raise your standards, you'll break through that enormity of conformity. You'll stop comparing yourself to others. You'll stop falling into the trap of circumstance thinking. And you'll be able to do things that you just never could have imagined. Because now you've unshackled the limitations in your life. And now you've given yourself permission to go places that you've always wanted to be. Alright, there you go, my friends. I just shared with you 5 deadly traps of all poor people. If you understand this video, type yes in the comment section below. If you want more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification button, because I have so much more that I want to share with you. Also, make sure to check out my 3 books, The Abundance Mentality, You Are the Boss, and The Winner's Lifestyle. And make sure to check them out in the description below, because I always have a link down there. Guys, if you want more mentorship from me, Daniel Aldie, make sure to check out the School of Wealth. It would change your life. Again, this is Daniel Aldie, your favorite mentor, and I have so much more I want to share with you. So follow me on Instagram and everywhere else so I can continue to share these inspiring messages. See you on the next video.